What is fentanyl?
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid, very powerful, 70 to 100 times more powerful than morphine. It's used by anesthesiologists and operating rooms, and it in even small quantities can be extremely potent and fatal to a person. So somebody who's used to using heroin, a bag that contains fentanyl might be 5, 10, 20 times as strong as what they're used to in the heroin. Now, the heroin in our areas is also very strong, and we've been setting, unfortunately, record numbers of drug overdose deaths just from the heroin. That's been building up, and that's a major epidemic. But you put fentanyl in it, and it's a whole other story. Like people we talk to who are used to using 7, 10 bags at a time, you have used 1 or 2 of these bags and have gone out.
What's your fear for the community, knowing what heroin addicts do?
This defies logic. When people on the street hear that people are dying from this, you would think that they would want to run away from it. Unfortunately, many will chase it and run towards it because they think that's the strong stuff, that's the good stuff. And they don't want to die, but they think the last person who used was just a little careless, and that's what caused them to die. I'm going to push the edge and not die, but unfortunately they may be the next person who dies. And these are made by chemists, similar to, in some labs, similar to what Walter White does in Breaking Bad. So somewhere, I don't know, New York, New Jersey, who knows where, there's probably some chemist making this. And why do they do it? It's obviously for profit. I mean, drug dealers, they compete with each other for markets. If one dealer has 50 customers, another has 50, well, how do I get some of your customers? Well, I need a stronger product. So they'll get this fentanyl, and at first I used to be confused, but I think, well, if they have people die, that's not good for their business. And what my patients have taught me is, well, they're willing to lose 4 or 5 people through a drug overdose death to maybe attract 30 or 40 new customers, and that's just the cost of doing business.
Wow.
Now, the good news is some people, because of the fear of this, have come in for help. They're scared. And the message I want to get out there across the country is there is hope. Treatment does work. Recovery does work. You do not have to stay trapped in your nightmare of addiction. Get help now, because tomorrow may be too late.